Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom to your Akim out there. And this is a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out. This is from the ArabNews.com, and this is published by Dr. Majid Rafadi, if I pronounce his name right, as of March 1st, 2023. And it reads, Iran's regime defiance increased tensions with Israel. It says rising tensions between the Iranian regime and Israel has the potential to spiral into a wilder conflict if not adequately addressed. There are several reasons for the heightened tensions. First of all, although the Iranian regime attempts to distract attention from the direct involvement of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard troops in Syria, Tehran continues to increase its military influence there and its proxy against Israeli targets. Israel last month carried out an airstrike in Syria on a location where Iranian officials were meeting. Iranian leaders were reportedly meeting to discuss a development regarding their country's drone and ballistic missile capabilities in Syria. The attack occurred on the same day that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu blamed the Iranian government for an attack on a vessel owned by Israeli in the Arabian Gulf. He said last week Iran attacked an oil tanker and harm to international freedom of navigation. Israeli leaders may hold the opinion that Iran's involvement in other countries in the region, such as Syria and Iraq, would indicate Tehran cannot afford to respond brusquely to the Israeli airstrike and risk another military war. But it is important to point out that the Iranian leaders are more likely to utilize third parties such as its military and organization groups in order to respond to an Israeli attack. As of the last 4 decades has shown the Iranian regime modus operandi is anchored in prioritizing mystical warfare and deploying its proxies such as Hezbollah, Houthis, and the Iraqi Shiite militant groups in foreign territories to attack its rivals. The Iranian leaders are cognizant, if I pronounce that right, of the fact they have inferior military capabilities compared to Israel and its allies, the United States. However, the most important source of tensions between Israel and Iran is the status of Tehran's nuclear program. The theoretic establishment of nuclear programs is closer than ever to produce a weapons upgrade material, and the Iranian leaders are not cooperating with the UN's nuclear watchdog. The International Atomic Energy Agency's a December report by the Institute for Science and International Security stated since June 2022, the IEA and has no ability to monitor Iran's centrifuge manufacturing of assembly rate old and or new centrifuge stocks of critical parts and materials of a potential diversion of such stocks and manufacturing capabilities to unknown sites. The report added that the IEA has reiterated its concerns about the completeness of the information it has from Iran and its ability to accurately verify Iran's declared centrifuges, which Iran's accelerating its advanced centrifuge deployment uncertainties will likely grow in the estimate numbers of advanced centrifuges produced in excess of those deployed, in additional concerns to the possibility that Iran will again seek to build a clandestine enriched plant using advanced centrifuges manufactured in security. Although Iran leaders continue to insist that their nuclear program is designed for peaceful purpose from the Israeli government perspective, the Iranian regime is pursuing a covert agenda to obtain nuclear weapons. The Israeli leader concern is warned due to Tehran history of clandestine nuclear activities. The ruling clarities decided from the outset couldn't conceal their nuclear activities. For instance, Iran's clandestine nuclear activities, the two major, Nestin and Iran, were first revealed in 2000 by an Iranian opposition group and the National Council of Resistance of Iran. And it says the NCRI also released a critical information back in 2017 showing that nuclear activities have continued at the high protected Russian military base despite the Joint Conversation Plan of Action nuclear deal coming into effect. The groups stated that a location of person will being security used to continue the country's nuclear projected. It says the unit responds for conducting research and building and triggering for a nuclear weapon is called the Certain for Research and Expansion of Technology for an Explosion and Impact, known its acronym in METFAS. In addition, some Iranian leaders acknowledged that the Iranian regime nuclear program was always designed to manufacture atomic weapons. Former Deputy Speaker of the Iranian Preliminary Ali Matari last year admitted from the very beginning when we entered the nuclear activities, our goal was to build a bomb and threaten the deterrence forces, but we will not maintain the security of this issue. So I'm gonna continue. The rest is almost finished with the article. It says the former head of the Atomic Energy Organizations of Iran, Freedom Abashi Davani, if I pronounce his name right, Salakia, also said that his work was part of a system designed to develop nuclear weapons. He said, when the countries all encompassing growth began involving satellite missiles and nuclear weapons and surmounting new boundaries of knowledge, the issue become more serious for him. In a nutshell, if the Iranian regime continues to defiantly advance its nuclear program as well as ratcheting up its military influence in Syria, tensions between Iran and Israel will continue to grow, which could cause a wilder conflict in the region. So as the tensions of Iran and Israel continues to increase, definitely with the border conflict between the Israelis of the IDF, Israeli Defense Force,